What's going on, gamers of the world? This is your host, Stradamus, bringing you some more StarCraft 2 beta coverage. This time around, I am playing as my favorite class or race, the protoss, and I'm playing a 2 versus 2 match. My partner is Terran, and our enemies are protoss and zerg. Now, I started this match probably like 5 minutes into it, just because the matches tend to be long in 2 versus 2, and I wanted to show you a good amount of it without having to speed up the tape too much. I'm already speeding it up a little bit. But here's my partner, Terran. He's, as you can see, the Terran, they always kind of build this wall with their structures in front of their base as kind of a defense. So if you ever play as Terran, that's definitely the key. Here's one of our opponents, the zerg. And this guy is seeming to expand quickly here. Same with his Protoss buddy. As you can see in the top left, he has a couple zealots trying to destroy that boulder so he can get an early expansion, or at least be set up to. So, as I said before in my other videos, and it really goes for any of these StarCraft game types, 2v2, 1 versus 1, whatever, it's always good to attack your opponent early, hopefully catching them off guard to either go for the win or do enough damage to him that they can't really recover. Especially in 2 versus 2, when you're playing maps like this where each player has a different corner of the map. If you team up early on one corner or one of your opponents, it's harder for the other or his partner to get to him in time. So you can usually do a lot of damage, but we wanted to go for Zerg first because we both felt Zerg's a little overpowered in beta at the moment, especially these roaches. And since this guy's getting roaches right away, we figured we better take him out now. Otherwise, he could get just way too many guys amassed to deal with. So his buddy is bringing in some reinforcements to kind of cover him. I mean, we did a little damage. We got his queen, so that'll cut his production in half, and we got, a good amount of his drones. That was kind of our, feeler wave, I guess you could call it. So my partner, Mr. Commander Kiff, I guess I would be Zap Brannigan in this scenario, for any of you that watch Futurama. Anyway, he and I played a couple of matches before this, and we did pretty well. And we decided, we'd always rush that first round and then decide from there, okay, are we going to rush with more Tier 1? Or are we going to level up to Tier 2 and keep pushing? And, we usually go with that kind of tactic. So that was our Tier 1 units. And since we did pretty good, we're still going to get some Tier 1s, but we're going to start pushing to Tier 2s. As you can see, I've started building my robotics facilities in order to get Immortals and Colossus. And my partner usually sticks with air, so I get ground forces. He gets the air force, and we try to cover all the angles. So as you can see here, he has a couple starports, and so right now we're just trying to amass our second wave while the enemy is kind of recovering from our initial attack. So I find that when you team up on one guy, a good 2-on-2 team will kind of compensate. So the Protoss wasn't touched at all. Obviously he brought some reinforcements down and lost a couple, but for the most part, his resources weren't touched or anything like that. So in order to kind of pull yourself back into this game, he's going to have to work double time to not only build up his base, but kind of defend his partners, since he's already been damaged and it's a high chance that we're probably going to hit him again. But, we'll see what this guy does. So this Zerg guy is now going for air, hoping that he can counter all of our ground forces, which is a good tactic, but the Mutalisks, which are the beginning Zerg air unit, are not too strong. They do kind of have this cool little ricochet attack, so they can attack somebody, and then it'll ricochet and hit 2 other people, but only do a minimum damage compared to the first attack. So at this point, he probably should have just stuck with roaches, but But oh well, lesson learned if you're watching, buddy. So here's our second wave. Mr. Commander Kef only has one of his air units for now, but those ships can be very devastating against ground. Unfortunately, they do not attack air units, but that's why he has a bunch of Marines, and I have those Stalkers to kind of cover. And I also have those Immortals, which are, in my opinion, the coolest looking units in the game. Maybe next to the Colossus, but to each their own. So here we are pushing again against this guy, hoping that this wave we can pretty much take him out. You can see he started to build those spire type things in the beginning as defense, but that didn't really work well. The Immortals do heavy damage against any armored unit, including buildings, which are mostly considered armored. So we're pushing away at this guy. His partner probably should have reinforced with some more units, or at least brought them like to the middle of the map. But he's doing a smart thing. He's trying to attack me and try to pull us away. But I can tell from seeing how many units he has and what kind of units and how he's attacking me that he's not going to do much. He's going for my pylons, where instead he should have went right for my probes and then went right into my main base and tried to totally take out all of my economy. But since, he's just dicking around with my secondary expansion, which I really don't care about, then I'm just going to keep pushing at his partner. Because if I can, take out his partner where he can take out my side expansion base, well, that's a huge favor in our regard. But luckily my teammate, his units are pretty quick, so he flew his ships back over there, which the Zealots are completely helpless against, while I cleaned up the Zerg guy, which worked out for the best, and considering that guy didn't even destroy my citadel, which is sad. So now I can, keep building probes back up and regain my second expansion. But at this point, we both know, okay, we have a decent-sized army each. One of our enemy players is already taken out for the most part. He still has a couple drones, but, not really going to build up in time to do anything. So at this point in 2-on-2, you're pretty much home free unless you're playing someone really good who has really good micromanaging skills. But it's not looking good. So we're bringing our final wave here to cause some pain. Now this Zerg guy, as you can see, is trying to expand again or rebuild a hatchery so we can get started, but we foiled his plans. So we're just going in for the kill at this point. Now you see how he placed these photon cannons. He only has one pylon there to power them. All of the protoss, if you don't know this, need pylons that set up these little power grids that the protoss have to build on. And without the pylons, all their buildings are worthless. So when you come in a situation like that, instead of going for the photon cannons, just knock out the pylon and you'll take them out. But anyway, just a fun little 2-on-2 game we had. Worked pretty well in our favor. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please subscribe and check out the other StarCraft videos. And I will bring you some more soon. So you guys have a good one, and I will talk to you soon. Take care. Oh, I'm sick, and my only cure is subscriptions.